Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and in today's video we're going to be theorising what other powers the other Miraculous holders could get. And I don't mean the ability to not transform back after 5 minutes, as we all know, the kids have got that over that now, and I'm not talking about the specific powers granted by the magic macarons or the magic cheese. I'm referring to Ladybug and Cat Noir's new powers. So Ladybug got hers back in Mr. Pigeon 72 back in season 4, where she became able to create small charms that could somewhat protect people from getting akumatized, but not completely due to the Mega Akumas, but the charms can also become shields, as we saw with Mr. Damocles towards the end of season 5, and of course Cat Noir's was far more recent in Revelator in season 6, where his Cataclysm can now destroy memories, so something intangible. Previously it had to be a tangible object, now he can destroy things that he can't touch. So since Ladybug and Cat Noir can do this, upgrade themselves to have an extra power that is related to their original one, then I do think it stands to reason that everyone else may be able to do it too, which is what this video is. Coming up with ideas for what the other heroes could have their powers be, the other powers for the Miraculous. However, that being said, the key word there is ideas. This isn't based on any theory as such, there's no concrete evidence that Rena Rouge is one day going to get a power to do this, and Carapace will get a power one day to do this other thing. These are just going to be my ideas rather than theories to say it's going to happen for sure, because I thought it'd be fun, and of course I'd love to know what you think these enhanced powers, these upgrades, could be.
Upgrades, people! Upgrades! That's how we make the dough.
So first up, of course, we're going to start with the Butterfly Miraculous. Technically, I actually think it may already have been upgraded, either with the Mega Akumas or with the Anti-Akumas we've seen this season, but just in case it's not, I think the next natural power for the Butterfly Miraculous would be being able to akumatize 2 people at once. Right now, you can only do that if you akumatize someone like Catalyst, or if it's like a joint Akuma, like in Gang of Secrets, Oblivio, Heart Hunter. So for this, it would be Lila akumatizes one person, and while they are still akumatized, she is then able to akumatize someone else. So let's do the Peacock Miraculous next, and an idea I have for this is that the Peacock Miraculous can stabilise an unstable Senti monster. We've seen in the show they can go a bit insane when they are cataclysmed, and it doesn't seem like once they get cataclysmed that anything can be done other than to basically get rid of them, and we don't know if there are other ways they can become unstable other than a cataclysm. So I would assume there are other ways though of them becoming unstable, so with that in mind, anything could happen to Adrian, Felix or Kagami. So if that happens, Felix can basically fix them, which I think would be great. Next is Fox, and a great power up for Alia could be to make the illusions more realistic. At present they look great, but as soon as anything touches them, they disappear. So by making them tangible, even if only for a short period of time, could be really helpful during fights. But now let's talk about the turtle. At present, Nino can create shields of any size by the looks of it, so I think a sensible upgrade that he can create more than one shield at the same time. As in, okay, Ladybug needs protecting over here, but wait, a civilian over here needs help as well. So instead of creating one big one, he can create 2 small ones, more than one shelter. The bee, I'm a bit unsure on this one, since now Zoe doesn't have to transform back. She can paralyse as many people as her heart desires, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. So it's pretty strong already. So perhaps for this one, the venom power could calm down an aggressive enemy or make them tell the truth. I think the Snake Miraculous is a really interesting power already, and my idea for this one is that instead of being able to travel back to one fixed point, Luca can reset to more than one fixed point, whether that's 2 fixed points or 5 fixed points. He can travel back and restart from a recent moment and bounce around them depending on what the situation needs. So now let's talk about the Mouse Miraculous, and perhaps this is a little bit too OP, but if Malene is touching someone or something when she multiplies, they also shrink with her, which could be useful for bringing the other heroes with her into small spaces, saving a lot of people, and also subduing the villain. Now let's do the monkey. So the monkey disrupts the power of whoever they hit. So instead of just disrupting it though, it causes the power of the enemy to hit them as well, like reverse back on themselves. So for example, in Daddy Cop, Roger's power would affect him as well. Now, the Dragon Miraculous is one I'm excited about for this due to its 3 elements, wind, water and lightning. And right now Kagami can only use one at once, so I think it would be really cool if she could like combine some of the elements at the same time. So wind and lightning for a lightning storm, water and lightning for electrocution, and wind and water for some like water tornado, like a sharknado. Let's talk about the Tiger next, which currently is like a really hard punch. So now Julika, if she does it over and over, if it's upgraded, I think it would be cool to see if each time she punches, it builds up momentum and strength. Now let's do the pig, and I think it would be a cool idea, would be like how the pig was used back in Jubilation, where Ladybug and Cat Noir were basically paralysed in their dream once they were shown their desire, so I think that would be a great power to have. Since in Guilt Trip it doesn't really seem like Julica is paralysed by what Rose shows her. Next is the goat, which creates one object at once, so I think the logical upgrade of this power is that Nathaniel can create more than one object at once. He can technically do this already, but only if those other objects are part of others, like we saw in the ruler. So for this, he'd be able to create two unrelated objects at once that don't come as part of a set. Again, I feel the rooster is fairly easy, and this is a very OP idea, but to be fair, the rooster is pretty OP anyway, let's be fair. And it's that Mark can use two powers of his choosing at once. It would be very powerful, but the rooster is already pretty powerful anyway. I think a power evolution for the dog is fairly straightforward too. It would be a bit like the snake, and that the dog Miraculous is like a memory, so it can retrieve any of, let's say, the last 5 items the bull touched, instead of just the last one. For the ox, it would be cool if Ivan's power of resistance could be applied to other people in the group, perhaps if he touches them when he activates it. And finally we have the rabbit, and I think a cool idea would be if Bunnix could trap someone in the burrow, but not the actual burrow, more like a limbo like we see in Pixelator. So those are all of my ideas, and you've noticed by now, Hayes, what about the horse? I missed out the horse because I couldn't think of a way to upgrade it. So I'd love to know your thoughts, especially for that one, because honestly I think his power is pretty good as it is, and now he's gotten over having to transform back after 5 minutes. He basically has infinite portals, so I'm like, I'm not really sure how he can like top that. Like, I think he's pretty amazing as is, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I would definitely love to know what you think for Max, but just in general, what do you think of my ideas? And of course, I love to know what your ideas are, besties. I'll see you in the next one.